Welcome to Monday's Miracle Moment. I'm Reverend Diane Lund, and our inspirational card, I'm going to share it with you now, for this week says, corrective learning always begins with the awakening of spirit and the turning away from the belief in physical sight. One more time, corrective learning always begins with the awakening of spirit and the turning away from the belief in physical sight. So I do talk about this in my first book, that we believe that, for example, our eyes can see. And there was a story about a man who his vision was corrected, perfectly corrected, new lenses put into his eyes, and he still couldn't see. And what they learned from that experiment was that it isn't the physical eyes that actually see, it's the mind that sees. And it's the connections we've made between the physical objects and the mind, which creates the seeing. The Course in Miracles says we also see with our one mind or our spirit, where we're all connected. We all have this ability to connect in with our spiritual aspect of ourselves. And so it says that corrective learning, so we believe, for example, that a lot of physical things like our eyes see are true. We think, they used to think that the sun moved, from the east to the west. The sun appears to move, but actually it's us that is moving around the sun. So there are a lot of physical things that we quote see out there, and we put an interpretation on them. The Course is asking you to look beyond physical sight. It's asking you to turn inward to your spirit, where everything is illuminated, where everything is, all knowledge is contained. And that's why you can look into yourself, touch into your spiritual aspect of yourself, which is connected to the Holy Spirit, which only sees the correction. So if we're seeing something as true and it's not true, say we're hurt and we believe that someone else hurt us, but really the truth is we're hurting ourselves with our own thoughts. Always the Holy Spirit can help us illuminate our thinking and move beyond where we're stuck so that we can stop hurting ourselves and we can move into living happier, more peaceful lives. So this card says that corrective learning starts when we turn to spirit, because spirit is illuminated. And so take that into your meditative practices this week. Sit quietly. You don't have to do it for more than 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly and try and connect in with your spirit, where everything is illuminated and where everything sees beyond what is happening on the physical to its correction, which is nothing wrong is really happening. What is happening is our interpretation of what is happening, because everything comes from love and it can return to love with the proper perspective. Now that is a big job, I admit, but it's what we're here to do. So that's it for this week. Leave me a comment. I do love to hear from you. Bye for this week.